Everybody wants to make money in software. But I can tell you this, I've worked in Silicon Valley for over 20 years, and the software unicorn factory is dead. In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you why the next billion-dollar company won't be built on software code and how it will be built in concrete, steel, and engineered stone. And nobody wants to do the hard stuff. Nobody wants to deal with the stuff that rusts, that turns, that moves, that breaks. Nobody wants to do the hard work of moving atoms and molecules. The stuff that you cannot run on an Amazon server or use on a Stripe checkout. This is the hard stuff. Machines that are shipped from across the world that are built for one purpose only, to give us control over an American supply chain that has been broken for 25 years. Well, this is Venice, Italy on a busy but somewhat typical Saturday. And I came here not to, like many people, rent a factory or license a manufacturing process. I came here to own a manufacturing technology end to end. But let's face it, you're not gonna out-manufacture the Italians. They've been doing this for 1,000 years. They do this better than anybody. So we came here to the one company in the world with the technology to do it right, Breton. Everyone in this business knows the name Breton. They don't advertise, they don't pitch, they don't have to. They own the tech stack that runs the entire global engineered stone industry. If you want to do it right, you work with them. If you want shortcuts, you don't. I flew here to see the machines for myself. And it wasn't just about the equipment. It was about the process, the people, the precision, all built on 60 years of iteration and industrial learning. I didn't need to replicate that. I just needed to bolt in the US engine, fueled by capital, driven by data, and built to move fast. America just doesn't have 65 years of experience in the manufacturing of these complex stone surfaces. And we're not gonna catch up in 12 months. And that's why we have to import 70% of stone surfaces from overseas. And the little bit that we can manufacture in America, that is manufactured by foreigners anyway. What we do have is access to capital markets and data. And when you can combine data, manufacturing, and software in the US, you're in a position to take over any industry. I'm not here to sell quartz stone surfaces. I'm here because the American building industry is addicted to imports. We turn to India, Malaysia, Vietnam, China. And so if you have stone made in India on Chinese equipment, there is no way in hell you're gonna get this compete with Italian stone. As we got addicted to inexpensive stone, the prices started rising, and now stone from India costs as much as it does anywhere. Venice was founded in 421 AD, and they have the technology, the know-how, and the design ethos to make beautiful stone. Let's not try and compete or beat them at that game. Let's co-opt that and do the things that we're great at. And that's when I started asking, what if I brought the whole thing home here to America? This isn't a dream. American manufacturing is already happening. I have almost $50 million invested, 170,000 square feet of manufacturing space, 800 points of distribution, and orders coming in every day. I'm working my tail off along with 500 investors and employees and management team to build the next great American company. My son's now 11. I want to build a company that he can work at in the first parts of his career, and maybe your kids can work here too. For sure, we have to show everyone in the next generation that we can out-science, out-technology, out-engineer, out-math, and out-finance anyone on Earth. The world has changed a lot in the last few years, and we've had to change with it. I've built a business model that can go from first customer to IPO in record time. Right now, we're ahead of schedule and ahead of the market. I've already locked in distributors, got access to all the raw materials, producing finished goods. I'm even getting calls from competitors trying to get access to what I've built. Now that phase one is complete, having the manufacturing capability, phase two begins. That's brand expansion and new product lines. We'll be pushing into verticals that still rely on cheap foreign imports. And we'll attack those categories the same way. Not with the slow legacy approach using 90s tech, 80s pagers, 70s fax machines, but with 2025 speed, capital, precision, and zero tolerance for drag. Anyone can pour quartz into a mold. What makes this different? The tech is 30 years ahead of what's currently being used in the market. The safety profile is unmatched, and the data we get on every slab is proprietary and valuable. This is precision manufacturing in a category that hasn't evolved in 2 decades. But our edge isn't just mechanical, it's financial. I use capital as a weapon. I use data as a lever. We didn't inherit this system. I built a better one around the machine.